Checky check, 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 check. Checking the microphone levels. Checky check, 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 check. Okay, sounds about right. Haven't played guitar properly in, I don't know, how many days? Maybe a week, maybe more. I spend a lot of time with my alien brain. And released the video, premiered the video a few weeks ago actually. I haven't played guitar in a couple of weeks now, I think about it. Usually whenever I have a project of that magnitude and I'm just exhausted afterwards, I shouldn't do that. I should just keep with the momentum, but it's not like the momentum was lost. I was working on other things. There are other projects that I'm working on that are not my personal projects alone, collaborations. So got some pretty exciting things coming soon. You probably can't see the guitar over here, the other one. This one right here. Wow. Wowie wowie. And maybe I'll pop that one out before I end the stream and start playing on the acoustic. But I want to warm up. There's other things that I need to do. I need to prepare the next release, which involves the electric guitar. So I'm going to warm up today. This is my return. Guess who's back? Kind of streams. And I have an old project here. It's been waiting for its release for a long time, and it's about to happen. So if I can just get a little refresher of what's going on here, that'd be great. How are y'all doing? Let's hang out. Let's talk. Let's not talk about anything, I was going to say anything important. I guess we can. What is or what isn't important is relative anyways. But I'm going to try to focus on music and not things unrelated to music. But we can always go there. Why not? I just remembered I'm blind. I'm not really blind. I shouldn't say that. It's an exaggeration. It's a horrible exaggeration. I don't have to exaggerate that I can't see very well. Not blind. It's just one of those little reminders that I am aging. I am getting older. So these glasses help. I've always been nearsighted. I could always see real good up close, but now that that's going away, it's like, damn, that actually happens, I can't see far away and I can't see close enough. Well, I can't see close enough. It's just less and less. But anyways, there we go. Here's my disguise. Mind the right frame, right there. Let me look up those lyrics. That is a song called, what is it? Zero Tolerance? Is that what that is? Let's warm up with some Zero Tolerance. Death, dark lyrics. For those of you who are looking for lyrics, you know how you Google lyrics and you always see, the first thing that comes up is like AZ lyrics or some stupid lyric page with hundreds of advertisements. That's annoying. But if you go to darklyrics.com, you'll find the best of the best. No ads, no stupid annoyances. You just go straight to the source. And it's only for metal anyways, so that's fine. So we got a little something something here. I was playing Zero Tolerance. I'm not gonna sing it. I can't sing it well, but I at least kind of want to attempt it a little bit. In the dark of night. In the dark of night. I'll do it like, what's that dude's name? From Immortal? We'll do some Immortal. If y'all want to sing along with me, that'd be cool. Okay, let me just put the lyrics here right quick. In the dark of night, abusing a portion of light, while others are sleeping and some are escaping, a serpent spews out fantasy, unjustified blasphemy. That's a cool line. Unjustified blasphemy. That cannot be condoned. That cannot be condoned. I'm gonna go off memory. I'm not gonna try to do it perfectly. Not that I could anyway, but see how far I can go. Maybe I should add some reverb on my voice. Why is that one louder? 1 second, 1 second. Let me change something here. Maybe that's fine. There we go. So symbolic ends, right? In the dark of night, abusing a portion of light, while others are sleeping and some are escaping. A serpent spews out fantasy, unjustified blasphemy. That cannot be condoned. Ooh, I don't know it. There it is. There it goes, something like that. It must be strange to not have lived so far into existence. It must have been. It must be strange. It must be strange to not have lived so far into existence. Test of power. This is not a game to be lost, won, and justice be done. Oops. There will be zero tolerance from the creator. There will be zero tolerance. Fate is your decline. God. Something like that. I'm not gonna embarrass myself by attempting the next solo. I don't know it. But it's a good song. Let's do something here. Let's look at some old songs that I used to play all the time. Here we go. All right, let's look at some old songs that I used to play all the time. See if we can warm up or get something going here. For my millions and millions of ghosts watching all around the multiverse. I hate that word, multiverse. It's a stupid word. I know there's multiple universes, but I don't know. I already feel like a pretentious, narcissistic asshole. Do I have to say multiverse so I can emphasize the point that I believe that there is more than one universe? Does it even matter? Does it even matter? Come on, let me know. You can make fun of me, it's okay. Okay, so what do we got here? You know what? Let's go with the classic Wake Up Dad. Why not? Why not? Who said I shouldn't? Are you one of the ones who said that I shouldn't? Okay. And let me make sure you guys can even see what I'm doing. I'm out of practice. Need some practice over here. What's going on? What's going on? There we go. Okay, that's what I wanted to see. Now we remove that. There it is. There you are. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Ooh. Sounds like ass. Not all ass sounds the same, but that one sounds like ass. Okay, let's see if we can do a little better job here. My might be a little loud. Hope the balance is equal. I'm gonna do a little test. I'm gonna see if I can balance this out. I've been out of the game. My balance isn't right at the moment. But let's see what I can do. Hey, what's up, Yanis? It doesn't matter if they are multiverses in the sense that it doesn't change our life if there wasn't. Exactly! Yeah, excellent point. Excellent point. Let me mark this. Yeah, the multiverse, who cares? It's a fun word, I guess. It reminds me of like Marvel Comics, Spider-Man and stuff like that, right? But it's all fantasy. Who cares? What difference does it make? Exactly. It doesn't make any difference to me. Maybe it would make a difference to like a physicist who's trying to understand, complex dark matter. I don't know, something, some word that makes me sound smart, which doesn't in reality. But I know what makes me sound like the death of 1 million souls. Let's give it a try. Let's give it a shot right here. See if I remember. I don't remember the lyrics, but I'm going to attempt it anyways. Hold on. Wrong tuning, my bad. And let's do it here. Okay.
I sneak in my own house. It's 4 in the morning. I had too much to drink. Said I was out with the boys. I creep in my bedroom. I sneak into bed. I know if I wake her, I'll wake up dead.
Actually, before I continue, I need to check the levels because I don't even know if this sounds good. I'll do it again. Not a big problem. And let me...
It's 4 in the morning. I had too much to drink. Said I was out with the boys. I creep in my bedroom. I sneak into bed. I know if I wake her, I'll wake up dead.
Okay, the levels are pretty decent. I can do better, but I kind of just want to riff it out anyways, and I can fix the levels as we go. Hey, what's up, Yanis? Hey, thank you for joining. I hope I can entertain you somewhat. I don't know where you're at, but where I'm at, it's 4:23 in the morning. But no, this is not my song. This is "Wake Up Dead" by Megadeth. Yes, one of my go-to warm-up songs. I released an original song. If you go to my channel, if you go to the first video on my videos, you'll see a song that I just released called My Alien Brain. Maybe I should take out the reverb, sorry about that. I released a song called My Alien Brain. It's an original, but I haven't played guitar in a couple of weeks, so this is me just warming up and hanging out. So let's do that. Hold on a second. My camera is showing it's getting too hot indicator, so I gotta move the fan away from me, which is unfortunate, but anyways. Yeah, let's do this again. This is Wake Up Dead by Megadeth. Oh, hold on, I gotta fix something right quick. There we go. Lowering the volume on the actual drums here. Might be too loud sometimes. There we go. Okay. Good, good, good. Oh, let me give me some reverb. Always gotta put that reverb so I can sound cool.
I sneak in my own house. It's 4 in the morning. I've had too much to drink. Still comes out the boys. I creep in my bedroom. I sneak into bed. I know if I wake her, I'll wake up dead.
All right. Nothing like having a day off. Will she find out about the other lover? Diana. Wake up dead. You die. Wake up dead. Wake up dead. You die. Wake up dead. Oh. Got a new chair and this. My guitar keeps getting locked. Yeah, getting off, not having to work is an incredible feeling. Whew. I have those every day. I'm so lazy. I feel like I got stupid fingers right now. I gotta, I think the best warm up is like playing a song that you're not ready to play. Not always. Sometimes, maybe I'm just getting older, but that cripples me sometimes. I'll put too much like strain or pressure in my hands, and then I kind of just ruin it for the next couple of hours. So, probably should have picked an easier song. Megadeth is kind of complicated, at least for me. I know the modern level of guitar playing is so high right now that People's like, oh, that's like a baby's toy. Megadeth, that shit's slow. But I may be stuck in my own ways. Cool. What do you play? What kind of stuff do you do, man? Are you into? I guess for the most part, I'm into 90s metal, 90s, death metal, that kind of style of music, Death, Megadeth, the classics or whatever. I'm not too much into the modern stuff. I don't know, just not exposed to it really. I don't hang around people who listen to that stuff. I don't hang around people at all. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Ooh, well, you said you wonder how long it took me to get my alternate picking so good. That implies that my alternate picking is good. Of course, I don't think it's all that. It can always get better. Technique can always get better for sure. But I, when I first started playing the guitar, I was really into like a System of a Down, that kind of music, and specifically Toxicity. That was like really the first album that I learned how to play. And hold on, let me adjust something right quick. I'll give you an example. Setting is kind of off. Is my lighting good? I think my lighting's going to be okay. So, as far as my alternate picking is concerned, I remember playing something like playing System of a Down, doing a song like track 3 from the Toxicity album, something like So it's not like it was conscious. It's not like I was trying to, to learn how to alternate pick. It's just that that's what the song required, right? So I just did it a lot. I mean, that's super slow compared to like Death and stuff like that. But I remember that being one of my first, and I know this isn't really alternate picking. It's more like a gallop. But this song too.
I cannot deny all the evil ways and the walking of the place when you will come out and you whisper unto me in the dreadful tragedies, but I cannot die.
That kind of stuff. So what I always recommend people, if they want to get good at a specific technique, is find a song that has that technique and then just practice the hell out of that song. And I wouldn't even say practice it. I mean, yeah, you got to practice, sure. But I kind of do things backwards. I attempt a song that I know I can't play, and I pretend like I do, and I put my fingers where I think the song, I put my fingers where I think they should go for the song, and then I refine it, and then I do it properly. So I do it backwards. I know that's not advice that a lot of people would give. A lot of people would say, you got to practice perfectly to get perfect, right? But I say, fuck that. This is rock and roll, If I'm not going to enjoy what I'm doing, I don't enjoy practice. I don't like practicing. But I do like playing other people's music. And that ends up becoming my practice. Like I never really stood there and went, that stupid little chromatic practice run. Like I hate that. What's the point of that? Like I'd rather just be creative with it. Mistakes and all, we're in the era of AI, so I think mistakes are actually appreciated now. The more mistakes you make, the more human you sound. The more human you sound, the more relatable you are. And the more relatable you are, the more people are going to want to hear you, because everything is super perfect nowadays, right? You know what I mean? That's just my excuse to be imperfect. It's my excuse for, so I won't practice. You say you play metal for the most part? Okay. You love guitar, style from mellow death, heavy metal. But I still suck, basically. Okay. I'm learning Stratosphere by Stradivarius. Oh, that's cool. Stradivarius is a cool band. Hell yeah. Yeah, learn that, man, and keep that attitude. I always say I suck too. You probably don't suck. You probably, if you like this kind of music and you're attempting, Stradivarius, and you probably don't suck. But it's better to have that mindset. It's like I suck, I suck. As long as you keep that, and you don't, as long as that thought doesn't defeat you, and you're like, I just gotta get better. I gotta get better. If you have that, I don't know, Dragon Ball Z kind of style, or never give up kind of thing, then that's good. Better to stay humble. You say you play soul songs as well. Let me see. Is this showing up? Okay. I played plenty of soul songs, but ATP, but I don't know what ATP means. I feel like they don't help me playing anymore. You can't. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. I wasn't trying to tell you to play System of a Down. I guess I was just going through my mind, trying to see where my alternate picking really came from. The first time I was aware that I was alternate picking, because when you first start playing the guitar, you don't know the names of techniques or whatever. I used to call these triplets. Those are not triplets, but I remember the alternate picking from System of a Down. I remember, I think the tab book says alternate picks. Like, oh, okay, that's alternate picking, but I was already doing that. But really, I mean, honestly, alternate pick technique, fuck System of a Down. That's what I played when I started playing the guitar. But what really built my chops was Metallica. Simple Metallica. Great alternate picking song. What's that song called? Disposable Heroes. Or at least the one riff in Disposable Heroes. I guess that one. Metallica is very good for alternate picking. That's technically an alternate pick. It's a gallop, but Master of Puppets is a terrible song for alternate picking because it's not down picking. I mean, because it's not alternate picking, it's down picking. Metallica, I think Kill 'Em All, the first Metallica album, has a lot of alternate picking. Trying to think of a death song that has an alternate pick. So Symbolic has a little bit of alternate picking. What other songs have also? Oh, alternate picking. Okay, I got it now. You want to learn some alternate picking? You learn some Immortal. Many vibes, limini vibes, limini vibes, mini livibi vibes. How you doing, mini vibes? You little Eminem, you. Immortal. Immortal is black metal, like classic black metal. Well, not the classiest of black metal, but I guess I would say late 90s, early 2000s black metal. Excellent alternate picking. Because it isn't, a lot of alternate picking like Metallica, example I just gave you, it's all on one string. But Immortal, they do the alternate picking in So let's play some Immortal. Let me find it. Let me find the song that I want to do. Many VBs, how you doing? I didn't read your comments. You can alternate pick without a pick and just with one finger? Yeah. You mean like with your nail? Like no pick, just... Sure. Or you mean like... There's many ways of alternate picking. Alternate picking just means a down pick and an up pick. Speed will vary. Not everyone is built for speed, but everyone can get faster than their current, base, I would say. But speed, it's kind of like running in real life. Some people are just naturally fast, and some people are not, you know. But you can always get faster. That's for sure. Especially if you have that stupid thing called will. You know, if you have a very determined personality, it's like nothing's gonna stop me. You know, those people usually are really fast because they don't even know their limitations. They go for it. You know, they don't block themselves. They don't have any psychic barriers. You know. So I notice those kinds of people. The dumber you are, the better, to be honest, because you don't know your own limits. But let me find Immortal. Let me find the right song, though. Ooh, I want to do it justice, man. I haven't played it. I haven't played it in a little while, but it's okay. We're going to get through this together. And you're allowed to make fun of me. So why not? Everybody wins. Now, if I can find the freaking tablature, where the hell is it? Hold on, give me a moment. Where am I? Where am I looking? Okay, Guitar Pro. Immortal, where are you? My little immortal, where are you, my little immortal? Oh, I think I found it. I think I found my little immortal. Okay, is this it? Let me bring this down. I'm gonna get copyright, but it's okay. So the tablature here is not right. I should fix the tablature. I just got this from some random dude, I guess, on the internet. So the tab isn't proper, but I'm gonna leave the tab there anyways, just so you can have something to look at. It's kind of there. Flamenco, yeah, that's alternate picking. Let me read the chat before I play the song. Oh, that's true. Yeah, I guess if you do it with two fingers, that's not really alternate picking. Good point. Point excelente. Oh, there you go. Yeah, okay, so you know. Yeah. Yeah, you know. Does it hurt? If I was hurt, I wouldn't admit it, would I? I'm a manly man, right? Nah, it hurts. I don't know what you're talking about, though. What hurts, though? My feelings? Who cares? It's just feelings. Feelings are meant to be hurt and ignored. If two fingers is pecado, then one is one finger called. I have no idea. Some questions I don't ask, man. I don't vote. You know what I mean? I don't have a political opinion. So let's play some Immortal, and let's see how far we can get with this one. Let me remember it first. There it is. Okay, we should do that. Okay, let me just read the comments one more time and then we'll get down to it. Shredding with one finger doesn't exist. Flamenco players who with index, middle finger. Yeah, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know too much about the flamenco styles, but it's possible to shred with one finger. There's this one dude. He's from Australia. I forget his name, but he doesn't play with a guitar pick. He plays with his finger. He plays with the nails on his finger. And he does everything with his finger. Everything I just did was just, with my nail, but it sounds like shit, but he does it and you would never know he wasn't using a pick. So it's possible to alternate pick and shred with only one finger, but essentially you're using your finger like a pick, you know what I mean? So okay, so it does exist. Oh, no problem, man. Yeah, of course. We're here to hang out. I don't know if you knew this, but we're friends now, man. We're friends. Musical friends, of course. So, anyways, let's do this alternate picking song. This song is nothing but alternate picking. I think for the most part, you'll see what I'm saying, and it's an endurance round. Let me move this out of the way so my shadow won't cover the guitar. All right, I'll shut up now. Wowie, wowie. Why do I say things like that? Can you tell I'm fatigued? God, man, I'm sweating and everything, man. It's been a while. That, again, I shouldn't have picked that song because I'm getting that, getting all the cramps and stuff. There's a level of tension that you have to have whenever you're alternate picking and you're doing it fast. I know there's a lot of advice out there that, you got to be relaxed and all that stuff. But you know what? If you're going to play metal, if you're going to play angry, fast, extreme metal, and you're going to do it relaxed, I don't know. I can tell. And personally, it sounds soft to me. You do you. If that's what you want to do, then, you do you. But I do encourage a level of tension involved. And for this song, it has a lot of tension. It's a long-ass song. It wore me out. Like, I'm blown up right now, so I'll attempt it again. And I forgot a lot of it. But hopefully I gave you a decent demonstration. Let me go on the chat here and see all the booger blasters who are probably making fun of all my boogers flying. Man, I always have a runny nose. Maybe it's because I have a big nose. Okay. Strumming technique like rasguado. What is that? Is that like a ravioli? I want some rasguado. Put some Parmesan cheese in that motherfucker. Okay. Dude, I'm telling you, it's one finger back to the nail. Oh, okay. Are you froked out? Freaky, freaky. I'm waiting for the middle finger joke. Who's going to put up the middle finger one? Yeah, Immortal has some sick riffs, dude. I'll play it right now without the music. I'll break it down a little bit. I should have done that before I attempted the song. I forgot a lot of it. But it's not that difficult to remember. Oh, you probably have thin nails, yeah. I can shred with, like, my middle fingernail. Not that that's shred, but, but if I do it with my index finger, it just ends up breaking anyways, so. That one dude I was telling you about, I think his last name is Souza. Let me look him up, you might find him interesting. I think Souza. Let me see. Guitar. Souza. He teaches how to play other songs. I think I learned a couple of Aussie songs from him. I can't find him. Let me attempt one more time. Guitar. What is that one song? Revelation. Mother Earth. Tabs. Guitar Revelation, Mother Earth, Tabs. He should come up. He should come up. Where are you? Where is this dude? And why do I talk like with a horrific accent? I don't have an accent. Or maybe I do. Chris Zupa. He's a Zupa. Some Australian dude. Some crikey. There he is right there. Chris Zauza. He only plays with his fingers. It's incredible. It really is. With his nail, I mean. What he's doing right now is painful. It's kind of painful. It's a little painful. Wrist hurt, tingling right now. Yeah, though it was painful because I was playing with a lot of tension, more tension than I needed to, and I was getting fatigued. So, if you wanna, like, in order for me to not quit, I have to like add a little bit more tension. Kind of, I don't know. That was horrible technique. I don't recommend it. But it's sometimes you just you tense up. But yeah, I haven't played guitar for a couple of weeks properly, so it usually takes me about three solid days, and then I'm just back to normal. So not a big deal. Burn. No, my hands are not really tingling. No, it's not like they're numb or anything like that. Yeah, Immortal's badass, dude. I'll show you some other stuff. Yeah, of course, they say not to tense up, but you cannot play the guitar without tension. Even like holding the pick, there's tension involved. Zero tension, which is like the pick would fall off, right? So there's always going to be a level of tension. Now, what people would say, like, we're talking about metal here. There's a difference between playing a Metallica song like. Master of Puppets, right? If you play with zero tension, as opposed to like, there's a difference there. You want that tightness. You want it to sound aggressive. You're playing aggressive music. Imagine playing aggressive music like, or that's what separates, the average guitar player from the albums you probably love. You think Chuck from Death is relaxed the entire time, there's aggression there. When it comes to like soloing, the same thing too. Like, there's a difference between and I don't know. At least for me, like, I want that attack. Yeah, I want it. I want it to hurt. You know what I mean? In a sense, not that it has to be painful. That's not good. If you tense up, do you squeeze chords hard on the fret? Not necessarily. There is sometimes it's situational. Like here, I'm not. There really is no point in squeezing super hard. Unless there's some vibrato involved. But if you squeeze too hard, you change the pitch anyways, unless you want to change the pitch of the note you're hitting. But you're just gonna wear yourself out. And again, like, maybe you don't have the muscle or the tendons or the nerves or whatever to have a lot of tension in your playing. And that, in which case, then yeah, you don't want to use any tension. But if you have tension to give, then why not? Use it. At very, very stupid, ridiculously fast speeds, you can't have tension because your tension is going to lock you, into place. So yeah, you want to be relaxed if you want to be like a virtuoso. Like Yngwie Malmsteen, he's always relaxed. He's super relaxed. But not only does he have sausage fingers, the weight of his finger can like break the. No, I'm exaggerating, but he plays with super light strings, and his action is very high, but he still sounds like I'm gonna attempt something with Malmsteen right now. How does he go? There we go. I'm just going to embarrass myself, but Yngwie Malmsteen plays with pretty much no tension, and he can just go all day, and he sounds pretty aggressive too, so that, there's a special case right there. But I find his playing to be, like, if I try to play some Yngwie Malmsteen, I don't know, I'm just kind of bored with it because it's so smooth and easy, to do. But that's an example of, practically zero tension, but his guitar is built for it, his body is built for it. I have little hands, so I have to like try a little bit harder. So there's always that. Hold on, let me go back here on the chat. Not so only not much tension ruins sponsor to pick. Yeah, I mean, for sure. If the tension is going against what you're trying to do, then you shouldn't have tension. What I should say is that learn it as relaxed as possible, and then introduce the tension afterwards. That makes more sense, because if you're always playing with tension, you're going to get good at that tension, and if you're sloppy with that tension, then that's not good. You don't want to be sloppy ever. It's better to be emotionless and clean than having all this aggression and emotion, and you're just sloppy as hell. I don't think that's good. Let me see. Runs 12 notes per second, but I'm kind of stuck at 10. Yeah, how do you measure that? How do you measure how fast you are? I think if we do something at 120 beats, let me see what my speed is. Oh, another thing that I was remembering when I was playing Immortal is your pick matters when it comes to the alternate picking. Another one of the common guitar advices is to play with a thick pick. Like I have this one right here. This is a 2.0. one of those flow Dunlop picks, and it's kind of cool. It's decent. But I feel it's too sturdy. Like I can't play riffs as hard as I want to because it's too much. Like I feel like I'm gonna break the strings, and it kind of like knocks me off out of tune. But a lot of people can play with them because with the thick pick, there's consistency, involved with that. Especially if you want a solo. It's very consistent. It's very clean. But there's something about this pick. I hear like a squeakiness to it. You hear that? I don't like the squeakiness, so I don't use this pick for that reason. Though sometimes it's situational. What I like to play with is like the thinnest pick I can get away with. This is a Brain .53. It's basically like, I don't know, maybe 3 sheets of paper like stacked together. Nah, maybe more than that. Maybe more like 4 or 5 pieces of paper. But it's a flimsy pick. I have a friend. He used to call this like a little cucumber. Like I'm playing with the little cucumber slices. But everything I did with the Immortal song. Because the pick is so thin, I can hit the strings as hard as I want to, and there's like a cap. Like with this thick ass pick, if I hit the strings as hard as I want to, there's like no limit to how hard I can hit it. But because the pick here is so thin, if I hit it with like 50% of my power or 100% of my power, it wouldn't matter. It would be consistent, right? With the thick pick, I can hit 80% of my power, it'll sound a certain way. 100% of my power, it'll sound another way as well. But with the thin pick, you can give it, I don't know, 50% of your power, and that's about as loud and as picky. I don't know what the right word is, but the attack, that's what it is. Your attack is always going to be consistent, whether you're at 50%, 70%, or 80% of what you want to do. And a lot of times when I'm playing the guitar, when I'm playing music like black metal, I want to give it like 90% of what I have. But I want the consistency. I want the riff to sound, the same throughout the entire song. So that's one reason I recommend thin picks, because most people don't recommend thin picks. But I do. And you just got to find the right one for you. Sometimes, like the Megadeth song, I can't play with the green pick. It's a little too thin for some reason. So instead, I'll go with the .73. And these are nylon picks. These are like cat tongue picks. They call them that because these picks have, you can't see, but these picks have like a grip, like a cat's tongue, right? And so when I hold the pick, it doesn't slide or move or, fall out of my hands. This one does. The flow pick, the thick picks. I don't know how people play with smooth picks. How do you do it? They always fall off of me. I don't have good grip, I guess. Let me see. Emotionless? I don't know what the context was. That ain't right. It's not like music is emotionless unless it's metal. I forgot the context of what I was saying. Remind me again. Why did I say emotionless? Yeah, I mean, music is emotional, sure, but aggression is an emotion, sadness is an emotion, whatever. Oh, 1.5. That seems to be like the sweet spot for Yngwie Malmsteen plays with the 1.5. I know that because I stole one of his picks once. Let me see. All right, Vibes. Thanks for hanging out. Catch you on the next one. But yeah, let's go back to some Immortal. So, some alternate picking riffs. So this entire song is just like pretty much an alternate picking. And there's moments in the song that allow you to catch your breath. So it starts off with, well, these are the chords at least. Let me change something right quick. Hold on. So, so, that's the first riff, and the next riff goes. That's all played. Anchor. That's important. That's important to emphasize. You got to find an anchor to the alternate picking, because if your hand is just kind of like flowing in the air, possible, but it's kind of inconsistent. So a lot of times I'll use like my other fingers, like my ring finger, and I'll plant it on the guitar itself. Or I'll use like my forearm, the underside of my forearm, to anchor over here on the body of the guitar. Or the palm right here, this little area, on the bridge. So that's important. You just got to find the right anchor for yourself, and that helps a lot. You can find out also your top speed. If you get your pick and put it on the actual, like on the 12th fret, for example, and then just go to town. Probably not the right pick for that, but. And the reason you can go real fast there is because the pick is it's limited, right? It can't dig in too deep. If you dig in too deep, the slower you get, because it's more pick that has to pass through the string, right? So it's like a physics principle, but if you put your pick on the fretboard, you can like see how fast you can actually get, and then you just move whatever you're doing down to the pickup, or where your hand is comfortable over here, just so you can have the perspective. You want to get faster, you want to play with the tippy tip of the pick. Think of like the pyramid with the eye on top. You just want that little spot right there. So that's a good way to see your alternate picking speed. Do I know Thorns of Crimson Death by Dissection? No, I don't. That I wanted to learn next, and probably also Immortal Song, if I'm honest. Can you tell me where to find a good tab? Ooh, I don't know. There's all the regular places like Ultimate Guitar Tab. I got this, I think, from Ultimate Guitar Tab, but it sucks. It's wrong. Most Immortal tabs are wrong. I just have an ear for this type of music, and I figure them out, But no, let me check out the song you're talking about. Thorns of Crimson Death by Dissection. Thorns of Crimson Death. Is it from the Somberlane album? Storm of the Lights Playing. Okay, I know the song then. I've heard the song. I'm terrible with names. Let me hear it right quick. Cool. Let me try it. I believe they're in standard, right? Usually bands like that play in standard. So I'm just going to guess, wing it. Hold on a second. I'm in D, so I may not play the tab correctly, but let me attempt it anyways. Oh, they might be in D. Da, da, da. Let me see here. So the root note. That's the chord. Da 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 da. Yeah, I can already tell this is a good alternate picking song. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. You definitely want to learn this song for some alternate picking. It's great. It's in standard. Okay, gotcha. Lady Campion, how you doing? Good morning. You have to learn how to listen through all of the. You know what I mean? You got to listen to the sun a lot in order to understand that ear. Yeah. So you know what's weird about developing an ear? I'm convinced that we all have it, and the reason I'm convinced we all have a good ear is because there's only so many notes on the guitar. So if I hear something like do do do, there's only so many options. See, I almost guessed right. Do do do. I started with this note, which is a little bit too high. Do do do. Or dee doo dee. It only took me a few tries to do. So if you want to get good, if you want to get a good ear, you just have to guess, and eventually you'll guess so much that you'll be in the ballpark for the most part. Like if you hear something like da, It's not going to be here, you know? So, you just got to find it, man. You got to search for it. Ouch. Yeah, I was about to say, like, what's ouchies about that? There's nothing ouch about that. Well, I guess it can be painful to listen to black metal for some reason. I understand. It's harsh. It's really harsh. But, so there's that. As far as Immortal songs, the song that I just showed you is called Withstand the Fall of Time. And this song is from the album In the Winter something the hell. There's 6 songs in that album. And it's all in standard. The tabs are horrific, however. I shouldn't say that. Maybe there are some good tabs. I really don't know. But I looked for some tabs, and they just suck. They're really bad. Another good song, actually, what you probably want to start with Immortal is The Sons of Northern Darkness. The album came out, I believe, in 2002. Great, great album. And that one's in D. I'm in D right now. So, let's actually do that. Let's play some Sons of Northern Darkness. I might embarrass myself, but, you know, there's only like 1 million people watching right now, so I think I'll be okay. So let's see. Immortal. I always forget how to spell Immortal. Sons of Northern Darkness, full album. Let's see what I can get away with. Probably going to get copyright claimed, but whatever. I would think that the more you listen to a certain type of music, the more you can differentiate. Yeah, of course. Yep. That's about right. So Immortal, let's see. You know what? I'm not going to play all of this because I really don't know it. But what I can do is play the second song, at least. That's not the second song. But the second song is called Sons of Northern Darkness from the album Sons of Northern Darkness. So let's see what I can do with that one. No visuals here, no tabs, but see. So that one's always a workout. That's a great song for your alternate picking needs. And that tab right there, the Sons of Northern Darkness, let me write that down. Sons of Northern Darkness. I spelled that incorrectly, but that album is like it's a riff fest. It's just riff after riff after. The entire album has great riffs, great song structures. The theme, I mean, it's black metal, Viking, Norse, singing to the trees kind of thing, I guess. I don't know. War, battlefield, whatever. But musically, it's real good stuff. So there's that song, and let me play the next song. The next song after that, track 3, is called Tyrants. This is a slow, alternate picking song, in a sense. Slow tempo, but fast alternate picking. And I hope that makes sense somewhat. But let me attempt it. It's been a while too. Hold on. So that one goes.
Armor horses, gloves of steel, to reveal. Da, 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 da. We're the tyrants that fall a man.
So yeah, I don't know the lyrics. I want to learn this song actually. It's a cool song. I already like my black metal voice.
My black metal voice kind of sounds like Popeye the Sailor Man.
But really, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to imitate my best. Abath, that's his name, from Immortal. Abath something. But he sounds like Popeye to me too.
The Sons of Northern Darkness. We're the tyrants, the dawn of man.
So, musically, I mean, I know I'm making a fool out of myself, but that's just what he sounds like. He sounds like Popeye the Sailor Man. Let me see. Talking about singing to the trees. Oh, absolutely, man. I love Immortal. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with singing to the trees. If you're going to sing to somebody, you either sing a love song or you sing to the trees, Sing to the mountains, the sky, nature, stuff like that. I love that stuff. Definitely, I love Burzum. Burzum was probably definitely my introduction to black metal. No, my introduction to black metal was actually Dimmu Borgir and Cradle of Filth, if you want to consider them black metal for what it's worth. But when I found Burzum, oh man, it changed my life. And really what I found, the first album that I found from Burzum was, I'm not going to attempt to pronounce it, or I am going to attempt to pronounce it, something like that. It's the Green Album. It's the album that he released while he was in prison. Doesn't have any guitars. It's just him and a piano, him and a keyboard and sound effects. It's very atmospheric. It's great for like, I used to listen to it all the time when I was in college, and just, it's probably why I failed college, but but I will listen to that all the time because it's no words, it's just music, but his expression is very expressive. But his other stuff, like his classic, before he went to prison, music, I love that stuff too. It's so raunchy, it's so bad, the production is terrible, but the atmosphere is there, I love that atmosphere. I've always loved that atmosphere. Immortal is very defined. Immortal is like almost like thrash in a sense. Good production. But now Burzum was the real deal. Another band that I really loved was Zaster. From Burzum, I discovered Zaster, and Zaster to me was just on a different level too, because Burzum was like the beginning of black metal, right? And he laid the foundation. Varg laid the foundation for the kind of black metal that I like. But Zaster, that's American black metal, and it's I don't know, it's just a little bit more relatable. and the albums are a little more consistent. Burzum, I can listen to the album, sure, but there's some songs that I really like above the others, right? But when it comes to Zaster, I just listen to the entire Zaster album. Let me spell that out for you. But that's a great band. A lot of my playing, a lot of my style actually comes from Zaster. I don't play like Zaster, but he uses a lot of minor second chords. That's not Zaster, but I incorporated his style into my note choices. Like a robot Popeye? Cool. All right. Okay, so let me find the lyrics. Let me find the perfect Popeye lyrics. The song is called Tyrants. Immortal Tyrants. Time to eat me spinach. Armored horses, gloves of steel. Let me just type the lyrics here. More horses, gloves of steel, silver blades, silver blades, silver blades. Time to reveal. We're the tyrants that guard the land, proud upon our gilded thrones, servants of our great ancestors, who guarded the keys into infinity, once kings of shadows on these blackened fields. All might and domination ruled the realms of the above. Oh, we're the tyrants. Oh, wasn't Zaster that BSBM one-man project? Yes. Yes. That is Zaster. I always liked their name too, and I don't know if this is true, but I think Zaster, the name Zaster came from the word disaster. He just removed the D and left disaster, but then he replaced the S with an X. That's just my guess. But I thought, that so cool, take a word and then just make it your own, and that becomes your band name. I tried to do that before I came up with Development of a Void. I tried to use like a word like catastrophe. How do I chop up catastrophe? Catastrophe, zastrophe. It's like, now it sounds like I'm copying Zaster, so not a good idea. And Development of a Void came to me in a dream. No, I wasn't a dream. I was listening to Alan Watts, and Alan Watts talked about, the void, VOID, and he said something like a doctrine and the void within, or something like that. And I said, oh, doctrine of a void within. And that just eventually came into I just kept playing with that, and eventually I just came up with Development of a Void. I'm like, that's it. I don't have to think anymore. That's the one. That's the one. Okay, let's see if I can do this song justice. All right. This one is Tyrants by Immortal. Let me add some reverb. Me, 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 me. Alrighty, let's do this.
Sorry, I gotta kill the atmosphere. Let me try it again. So I kind of get the point right there. I can't do the song justice right now. It's I underestimated how difficult it is to play the song and sing at the same time. It doesn't help that I don't know the lyrics, but that's a tough one actually, because it's the melody or the riff and the vocals, they don't go together. So it's kind of reminds me of Battery from Metallica. Like that song is really hard to play and sing at the same time. Camellia, what's going on, Camellia? So yeah, that's what I would recommend. I know I didn't do it justice. I'm sorry, but yeah, listen to some Immortal, Sons of Northern Darkness. Try to develop your ear with that, and if you want to get better with it, alternate picking, definitely want to stick to some. What do you call this? I know it's black metal, but it's not like Xaster, right? It's not like Burzum. You know, that kind of black metal is more. This one is more precise. It's, you know, like I said earlier, it's like thrash. It's like a thrash inspired type of black metal because it's very tight. It's very precise. You know, it's almost thrash with a black metal, you know, emphasis. Yeah, Immortal's very epic, especially this song. Like I said, like, when you listen to this album, and you know, the entire album is epic, but once it gets to the Tyrant song, you know, this is a great riff. Like it breathes. There's something about his style of riffing that has a like it talks, right? You want to talk with your guitar. It's very easy to just kind of just rip it up, but if you can make your guitar talk or tell like a little story, I mean, everything I'm saying is subjective because everything can be a story, right? But another song from this specific album, I'm not gonna play the song because I don't want to get too many of these copyright things pop up. But track 6, "In My Kingdom Cold." Let me attempt it because I really like that riffing right there. Yeah, actually, New Immortal is very rock and roll actually, and he sounds a little bit more like Lemmy, a little bit more like Motorhead, a little less like, you know, Popeye, and a little more like Motorhead. Jazz metal. Jazz metal. There are some jazz metal bands. I know a band, the band Atheist is considered jazz metal. I don't hear it. I don't hear the jazz in it. Maybe because I don't have an ear for jazz. It just sounds like metal to me. But So in my kingdom cold goes like this. I'm playing it wrong. So that's another epic song. Like I said, they're all epic. It's one of those albums you want to hear, the entire way through, and it just reeks of epicness. That's for sure. Yes, in my kingdom come. That's right. Mr. Thrash 3D, how you doing? Good to see you. Medieval folk themed black metal, basically. Yeah, I guess that's really what it is. There's an influence there. There's a Norse influence there that I'm not, exposed to, like Norse music. Or there's this band I used to listen to called Nocturnal Mortem. Nocturnal, I think it's spelled with a K. I'm assuming they're, a Norwegian. There might be some type of Scandinavian, but they have a lot of actual Norse music. Like there's symphonic black metal. It's like classical music fused with black metal. But this one is like actual Norse folk type of, it sounds a little cheesy to me, to be honest. But it's a good blend of that and black metal. So Nocturnal Mortem. Let me see if I can spell that properly. I think the album or the song is called Something Moon, Marble Moon. Nocturnal Mortem, Marble Moon. Let me look them up. It's been a while, actually. Let me see. Mortem. Lunar Poetry, if I'm not mistaken. Nope, that's not it. Sorry. Nocturnal Mortem. Moon. What the hell is that song? Now I gotta find it. Nocturnal Mortem. Folk song. What is it called? I don't know if I'm gonna find it. They have a lot of music. I didn't know that. It's like do 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 I'm looking through it. I'm looking through it. Come on, I gotta find it now. Is this it? I thought I had the word moon in it or lunar something. Da, 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 da. Lunar poetry. Oh, lunar nocturnal mortem instrumental. Well, that doesn't help. Rain check. Rain check. Rain check. Anyways, let me go back here on the chat. Yeah, thank you for hanging out. I got a couple of more riffs here. Yeah, the chorus riff, badass. I love that song. I am from Texas. I am from Texas, Mr. Thrash 3D. I was gonna say something stupid and say I'm from my mom and dad. Ugh, it's not even funny. But yeah, I'm from Houston, Texas. Not in Houston, Texas, but raised there. Where are you from? You got some music? I don't know how you found me. Maybe I just came up on your feed. But most people know me through death covers, death tablatures that I put on the YouTubes. I'm not gonna find that Nocturnal Mortem song. I don't think it's here. It might be one of those songs that is for sale only. You know what I mean? That I really wanted to show the folk instrumental song. Since we were in the topic of black metal something, let me see if I can Google it. Nocturnal Mortem instrumental folk song. Marble Moon. Is that what it is? Marble Moon. Oh, Bulgaria. Cool, man. I don't think I've met anybody from Bulgaria yet. That's cool. How is the metal scene over there? You got a lot of cool little black metal going on in Bulgaria? I used to listen to a band called Ladytron. It's not metal, and I probably shouldn't be admitting that because it's very cheesy music. But I really liked them for a while, and I know the singer. She is from Bulgaria, Mira Arroyo or something like that. But oh, I'm in the metal archives now. Marble Moon, Nocturnal Mortem, Marble Moon discography. Let me just keep attempting this right quick before I start doing some more riffing. Why can't I find this song? It's like a challenge now. Return of the Vampire Lord, Marble Moon, Swallow. I think it's called Swallow. That's the name of the song. Nocturnal Mortem, Swallow. Nocturnal Mortem, by the way, is from. Oops. Ukraine. Okay, I wouldn't have guessed that. Nocturnal Mortem, Swallow. There it is. Yeah, I don't think the volume's very loud for some reason. Bad mix. But yeah, the song is called Swallow, Nocturnal Mortem. And you hear that, usually black metal has like the symphonic, like Dimmu Borgir. Dun 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 dun. It sounds like a movie, right? Like one of those Marvel superhero movies. But Nocturnal Mortem, as that's folk black metal, it's really weird. It's almost cheesy, but it's a breath of fresh air. Bulgaria. The scene is solid, many bands, but totally underground. Never heard of Bulgarian artists. Oh, okay, yeah. As it comes to black metal, we have a lot. Okay, cool, right on. Any bands you recommend? Anything I can do? All Eastern European Slavic, if I'm not. All right, yeah, you're European. You should know for sure. Thank you for adding to what I was trying to say. Yeah, there's all types of black metal. That's what's cool about metal, I think, in general. Usually, like music, like I don't know, pop music is like stuck in a certain way. Rap, country, like it's very specific what it is. But metal, it's almost hard to define. I don't even attempt to define it. Sometimes I do, just so we can, have a framework of communication. But for the most part, like, what do you consider immortal? It's black metal, but Immortal and Zaster and Burzum, those are all black metal bands, but they're different from each other. You have Dimmu Borgir too. That's, I guess, black metal too. They ain't black metal to a lot of people. I consider it black metal anyways, but these are just labels. But you hear something like, I don't know, the new Thrashers, and it doesn't sound like Metallica, but it kind of does. You know what I mean? Like Trivium and whatever. Like, I don't know. Labels are kind of stupid. But when it comes to black metal, I'm kind of stuck in my old ways. I listen to the old 90s, late 90s, early 2000s kind of stuff. Let's do another song. Let's play something. I think I've been rambling. Blog by Hautaha. Cool. Thank you for the recommendation. Let me highlight that, so if I make a video, a clip from this, I can do that. Thank you so much. What is your avatar? Is that you, or is that the bass player from System of a Down? Blog or bulg? How do you say that? Hauta ha. Okay, I think they're in standard. Cool. It kind of reminds me of Children of Bodom, the um, the the chord progressions. Cool. Thank you. I mean, bookmark this. I'll look them up. Oh, I'll check them out rather. Appreciate you. Oh, that's a character from Italian parody movie. Oh, okay. Bonfire, how you doing? Good to see you, Bonfire. Yes, the alien fingers. Okay, let's play a song here. Should I do "Wake Up Dead" again, since people are waking up? I think that makes some sense. Let me blow some ears up. I know we're talking about black metal, and I'm gonna go play some Megadeth. But you know, didn't Megadeth inspire a lot of these black metal bands, anyways? I know. I think technically one of my first black metal bands, even though they're not black metal, was Sepultura. Aside from Dimmu Borgir, because they were very mainstream. But I remember hearing Sepultura and thinking like, oh man, it's thrash for sure, but there's like this black metal emphasis, to it as well. I really love Sepultura. They were part of my big four. The big four is like Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, and Anthrax. I never got into Anthrax, but I did get into Sepultura, so that was, in place of that. But anyways, let's do some Wake Up Dead, and let's wake some mofos up. I've been okay, Bonfire. Thank you for tuning in. Are you waking up? Because if you are, I got some coffee for you. Let's do some Wake Up Dead. All right. Ooh, might be a little too loud. One momento.
I sneak in my bedroom.
No, is that how the lyric goes? I sneak in my bedroom. How do the lyrics go? Let me look it up real quick. Megadeth. I sneak in my own house. Of course. I sneak in my own house. How can I forget? How can I forget this song? Okay. Sounds about right. Let's wake up to some Megadeth. Oh, you're awake, Lady Campo? Or are you going to wake up even further? I'm going to wake you up so much you're going to go back to sleep.
I sneak in my own house. It's 4 in the morning. I've had too much to drink. Said how's out with the boys. I creep in my bedroom. I sneak into there. I know if I wake her, I'll wake up.
All right, that felt good. Felt good. Got my little fingers warmed up again. Okay, cool, cool, cool. If you watch my stream, when I started the stream, and you hear my attempt of the song, it's embarrassing. If you want something to make fun of me of, you go listen to this song when I started the stream. It's horrible. But anyways, let me check the chat here. I don't want to ignore you guys. The Italian parody movie. Yeah, what movie? What was the movie? Fat Pizza. Oh, cool. I like fat pizza. I like any kind of pizza, to be honest. I don't care if it's thin. I don't care if it's floppy. Ugh, maybe I shouldn't say those things. I don't care if it's hard. Oh, man. Okay, I really got to stop. We're talking about pizza, right? Ugh. I'm Catholic. I shouldn't be saying these things. I'm not really Catholic. Anyways, Monday, 9 p.m. here. Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. You're in Australia. Well, if you're like me, you wake up at night. So good morning. It's wake up, Dad. Oh, okay. Yeah, get you some rest. Get you some good stuff. Thank you for coming by. Oh, thank you. Yeah, these solos, man. I love Megadeth solos, to be honest. I'm not playing it like them, as you can see. But I think the way that I do it, it's decent enough. I can get away with it in a sense. The solo right here, this one. Well, let me actually play the tab. He does something like this. It's very tappy, or it's only hammer-ons and pull-ups. Ooh, I'm doing it wrong. But when I get to this part of the song, like I'm so pumped up that I want to pick. I want to pick the actual song. Like even that, he doesn't do that. He's more. See, I can't even do it the way he does it. His fingers are like perfect for those legato. Like legato is not a technique that I really spent a lot of time developing. To my detriment, I always thought it was like cheating. It's like tapping, right? It's like it's so easy to just. It's like I don't want to tap because it's too easy, Of course, that was my mindset when I'm a stupid little narcissistic teenager. Now I'm a stupid adult narcissistic, adulter. But what I mean is that I should have been developing all these styles or whatever, but because my hammer-on pull-off is so weak, I just, I like picking anyways. I try to pick every single note as possible because that was always a little bit more challenging than not, If I want to do the cover justice, then I should practice it, but I'm not going to spend too much time practicing other people's music. Okay, let me see. Let me go back here. Oh, thank you, Bonfire. Appreciate you. Bonfire Discord. You have a Discord? You haven't invited me? What the hell's the matter with you? Nah, I'm just kidding. Cool, yeah, thank you for sharing it out. I appreciate you. You're one of the good ones. Is there much legato in black metal? Not really. Now that I think about it, black metal, I mean, it's not like I know a lot of black metal. I mean, I know some, I know some bands, but there's so much music out there. I'm usually just stuck in like the 90s, 2000s type of, music when it comes to metal. I like some modern stuff, but I don't think there's a lot of legato. No, in black metal, the most legato I do is stuff like I don't know. That was a horrible example, but if I'm gonna legato, I usually do it here. But this stuff right here, this Megadeth stuff is actually pretty complex, pretty complicated. Yeah, black metal is mostly just straight up picking, because black metal is actually it's like and I'm just talking here. I'm no authority on this, but it appears to me that black metal is like the next level of like punk rock. You know, it's like punk rock and thrash mixed together, because the attitude of punk rock is more of like it's very percussive. It's very attacky. There's a lot of tension. There's a lot of power. In punk rock, they just attack the hell out of the guitars. They themselves would admit that they don't have like technique or skill, and it's not about that. It's about the attitude, right? And then thrash, of course, takes what punk is and just thrash is basically like technical punk, right? And black metal is essentially untechnical thrash. I know that sounds kind of weird, but they're adding more punk, more of the punk attitude in black metal. At least the black metal that I was showing you earlier. It's because it's very precise like thrash, but it's very, off the wall type of riffing. There's a sloppiness to it, is what I'm trying to say. And I think sloppiness is good. I like sloppy bands. I like, because there's an element of like realism in it. We were talking earlier about the AI and the emphasis of AI, but even without AI, like modern music, like since like I don't know, maybe the 2010s, has been very precise. The production is all in your face. It's very technical. The modern guitar player is like it's weird. Like it's all over the place, and like it's and it's great. That's where the guitar is headed nowadays, and that's what they do. But I just want to hear riffs. I just want to hear somebody attack the hell out of the guitar and make a statement that way. Of course, I'm old. I'm stuck in my old ways, but that is my opinion, and I'm not necessarily going to stick to it. My opinion changes all the time. Oh, 15th hangs out there. Cool. All right. Tell 15th I say hi, even though I said hi to him a couple days ago. You always define black metal so real. I always defined it as black metal is to black metal what punk is to rock. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so you know what I mean? Like black metal has that punk element to it, and by punk I don't mean the actual riffing. I mean the attitude that punk brought to music, to the norm of what music was. Because when punk rock came out, what was popular was progressive rock, technical rock. Bands like Yes, King Crimson, and stuff like that. Like they were real precise. Deep Purple. These bands were technical. They were skilled. They knew music theory, and so the level of musicianship was real high. And then because music was so, pristine, I guess you can call it. Of course, what's the opposite of that? The opposite will always emerge. That balance always comes out, right? Cheesy metaphor, but it does. So punk rock emerged from all the musicians who were just so good in their instruments. And punk rock basically said, you know what? You don't own music. We want to make a statement too. We want to write songs. We want to have fun. We want to play instruments. And we don't want to be virtuosos. We just, 3 chords and the truth. It's kind of like country or blues or whatever. And then punk rock got really popular. And then what happened? Well, now you have technical punk. Now, you have bands like, Metallica and stuff who came from that, the aggression and the sloppiness of punk, and then they tightened it up. And then what happened after it was tightened up? Then you get black metal. Now you untighten it up, you know what I mean? And it just goes like that. And right now we're in that age where everything is tight and precise and all in your face. I bet you what, man, give it about another year, maybe even this year, it's going to revert. I already see the change going, you know. People are being sloppy again. People they have like this anti-AI, you know, mentality. Because usually, you know, if you see something right now, thumbnails on YouTube, it's all AI. Images are AI. You know, a lot of the things you hear, it's an AI voice. So there's a need or a demand or a desire for mistakes, and not AI mistakes, but like human mistakes, you know. Drawing a stick figure is more attractive than having this badass AI picture of some weird artwork that nobody can do, you know what I mean? So same thing's gonna happen with music. All the technical stuff, it's gonna die. Well, it's not gonna die because no style of music really dies, but people are gonna be so fed up with it and they're not gonna wanna be all technical and stuff anymore. I bet you it's gonna happen. But it's never really gonna die. And then it's gonna come back. In 20 years, it's gonna be super technical, you know. That's just the way it is. But let me read the chat here. Punk plus heavy equals thrash. Early Teutonic thrash plus Norway equals black. Okay. I don't know what Teutonic means, but that's a cool word. Yeah, metals and see that's one thing I loved about thrash. It's human, but it's so mechanical, you know, like it's tight it was tight in a way that, you know, when the first time I actually heard thrash, proper thrash, was Master of Puppets. I didn't know it was Master of Puppets, but I listened to the radio, and I was I was into like new metal stuff, I guess. I was a little kid, but when I heard Master of Puppets and heard, you know, just the down picking itself and how tight and fast it was, I didn't think it was real. Like I couldn't imagine what it was, and it literally reminded me of like pistons, like a car, or machinery, or whatever. Like it was so consistent. I wondered if it was a real guitar. But obviously, it's real. Like the music you hear nowadays, all this technical, you know, stuff. I think it's great, but it's technical to the point where it sounds like a video game now. You know what I mean? And I think video game music is great, but I don't hear the human anymore. And because I don't hear the human anymore, I don't connect to it. I can admit it sounds really cool. I can admit those musicians are on a different level than I am. They definitely have more skill than me. But, you know, I don't hear the attitude, so it's just not for me. I'm not going to talk down on it. It's just not for me. Punk is like grating cheese. Yeah. You're getting a good reason now for why there are labels and genres. Yeah. I mean, that's just human nature. We want to label things or whatever, but I personally don't like labels. Chuck, you know, from Death, he hated labels. You know, he hated being called death metal because death, you know, he was much more than death metal, but that's just the category people put him in. There's not really much you can do about that. Our minds are developed to put things in categories. That's all. Yeah. Someone wants to hear an actual technical punk band, RKL, Rich Kids on LSD. Okay, that's cool. I'll save that. All recommendations are welcomed. Let me look it up right quick. I realized I just lost my voice. A little bit. Rich Kids. Okay, that drummer and that bass player, that's badass. I see what you mean by technical punk. I don't know if this is a good song. It's called Blocked Out. I should probably show it so all y'all can see it, but I really don't want these copyright things. I need to do something where like I can show you what I'm looking at and like put it in black and white and invert it, you know what I mean, so that I can get away with showing these. So next time I come on live, I'll do that. Yeah, thank you for that recommendation. I'm gonna save it. But I see what you're saying. Yeah, that there's some technicality to that punk. Teutonic means German. Oh, okay, gotcha. I thought you were like referencing the Titanic or something. Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm indecisive too. Like I was saying earlier, like Dimmu Borgir and Immortal, and Burzum, those are all black metal bands, but they sound completely different. You know, I would even go as far as to say like Megadeth. I know it's considered thrash, but for some reason in my mind, thrash is all about the downpick and tight riffing. Megadeth transcends that. Yes, they do downpick, but Megadeth doesn't. Megadeth does not have a song like Master of Puppets where it's like 220 beats per minute and it's just this consistent 8 minute, practically 8 minutes of downpicking. Like Megadeth does not have a song that difficult on the right hand. However, all of their other songs are extremely difficult on the left hand compared to Metallica. But they're both thrash. But I always considered Metallica to be a little bit more thrash, at least, their earlier stuff, than Megadeth. Megadeth is just, they're more unique than Metallica. Like, I don't even listen to Metallica anymore unless I'm trying to cover, learn a song or something. But Megadeth, I can still jam them. Like, Megadeth has stood the test of time. Because I'm still learning from Megadeth, in a sense. Metallica is like, I graduated from that a long time ago. Speaking of Megadeth, let's play another song. So we just did Wake Up Dead. Let's do the next one. Let's do The Conjuring. See if I can do this one justice. This one is kind of hard. At least, what's hard here is that solo at the end. This, can I even play it? For some reason, that's very difficult for me to do. I just gotta practice it. But let's play some Conjuring. I'm not gonna sing it. Or maybe I should try. Fuck it. Let's try it. See if I can get away with some of it. Pink Days. Yeah, Pink Rock. That's a cool band name, Pink Rock. I want to listen to some Pink Rock. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I know what you mean. But see, I don't know if Mustaine can't downpick or if he just chooses not to. Because I heard his interview saying like he wanted to be more than Metallica, like on a different level. Because obviously he was in it, Metallica, so he wanted to transcend what Metallica can do. But he doesn't have James Hetfield's right hand. Very few people do. Kirk Hammett obviously does because he's in the band. But James's right hand, that downpicking, man. That's on another level. And I know Metallica is Metallica. What hasn't been said about Metallica? But that downpicking is legendary for sure. It's going to be a sad day when James dies. It's going to be a lot of downpicking the day James dies. Oh, really? What songs do you... Sorry. What songs do you find Megadeth and the downpicking is difficult? Maybe I just haven't played enough Megadeth. But let's try this one right quick. See. So it starts off.
Welcome to our sanctuary, sect of worship.
I was using the wrong pick. I was using the wrong pick. Anyways, that wasn't too bad. I should practice these songs before I attempt to play them live. And I can't sing this song, I just remembered, without making too many mistakes, so I'd rather not sing it. But anyways. Let me see. Let me come up here. Yeah. I shouldn't be hurting my voice. But you know I don't talk a lot, and so when I do talk a lot, I'm gonna lose my voice. I don't have to practice. The Pink Days. Yeah, but by pink he meant punk. Metal Spawn. What a lovely surprise. How you doing? Le Metal La Spawny. What I've meant, Mr. Thrash, what I meant is I am mainly a downpicker style when I try to play some Megadeth songs, which are alternate picking. Oh, yes. Okay, I know what you're saying. Yes, I know what you mean. Yes. I do the same thing with Death, because Chuck, he's not a downpicker. He's an alternate. Even stuff that's really slow. Like, if I'm not mistaken... Maybe that's not a good example. There's a song that Symbolic. Chuck plays the last riff, like, if I'm not mistaken, he alternate picks a song. He can get away with it, but I don't. I don't play that. Pantera is another one. Dimebag is an anomaly. He's more like an up picker. Like, a lot of his playing is actually an up pick. It's like a reverse down pick, right? Obviously, that's a reverse down pick, but the up pick, consistent up picking, that's really hard, But when I play Pantera, even the stuff where he alternate picks, I try to, I do the down picking anyways. I just like down picking. I really enjoy the. Well, that's not entirely down picking, but I love the way that feels, and I feel consistent and tight with it, And I always want to get better with my down picking. That was always one of my weak points. But you just got to build that endurance. Dumb question. I am a believer. You know how they say there's no such thing as a dumb question. There are such things as dumb questions, but you don't ask dumb questions. Okay? Not yet. Maybe this one is, but okay, so your potential dumb question. But I'm not a guitarist. I'm assuming up and down pick means what it sounds like they mean. Is that just a choice you make depending on what's easier for a given song? That's actually a really good question. This is the down pick. So in the guitar, you pick down or up. The alternate pick is both. Down pick is only down. Up pick is only up. Anyways, when it comes to thrash metal, punk rock really started this. They do a lot of down picking. And the reason you do down picking is not just for the consistency, but sonically, maybe to the layman you can't tell, but metal is usually like music for musicians in a sense. So when it comes to down picking, there is a difference between let's do like a chord. Just hear it, as opposed to there's just a tightness to it. When it comes to like palm muting, there's a difference between and maybe I should use a different pick. Because when you down pick, you hear the scratchiness, not just the note, but the scratchiness. And the scratchiness down sounds like this, and the scratchiness up sounds like this. So there's a difference, right? So you can tell, you can hear the difference between. But also downpicking is just challenging, you know. Metal is almost like show-off music. It isn't, but it can be. And not that downpickers are trying to show off, but there is a difficulty to it. And you know, some people play video games in hard mode only because they like the challenge. So I think a lot of guitar players is the same thing. Plus, you know, there really is like a sonic, you know, a timbre to the downpick that you can't really imitate with the alternate picking. But I'll try to explain this to a non-guitar player. Oh, Bon, you brought me a new viewer. Thank you. Cool. Welcome, Metal Spawn. You are allowed to make fun of me. Not that you needed my permission, but if you wanted to hurt my feelings, good luck. Okay. Yeah. Well, if you're gonna be here listening to this music, you're probably gonna, you know, you ain't gonna go back to sleep. Unless you're like me, like I listen to metal as I go to sleep, you know. People are like, how do you do that? It's like, well, just put the volume down. You know, metal doesn't have to be blasting all the time. But enjoy some sweet black metal before I go to bed, or as I go to bed. Yeah, be careful with that voice recognition. Okay, so let me go through the chat right quick, and then I'll do another song. Oh yeah, please. Oh no, please don't mention that song. I know exactly what you're talking about. I hate that song. Don't ruin my day any more than it has to be ruined. You can ruin my day a little bit, but don't go overboard. Pre-chorus in 1,000 Eyes. Oh yeah. How does that go? 1,000 Eyes. No. Oh. Ah, I forgot it. I'm butchering it, but something like that. Oh, I'm out of tune. I can understand how a guitar can go out of tune going flat, but how does the guitar go out of tune? How does the guitar go sharp? I don't understand that. Like physically, how can you detune by tuning it without tuning? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I've never understood that. My guitar was just, it was higher than, anyways. The pre-chorus in 1,000 Eyes. So. Oh, is that what you're talking about? Are you downpicking that? Oh, I don't think I can play that fast. Is that the pre-chorus? Woo! I don't think I can do that without serious practice, because there's a lot of tension in that one. And then it goes. I don't know the solo. Oh. Oh, is that the one you mean? Oh, I don't know. It's. Anyways, I think that's what you meant. That one right there. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, down picking where people don't down pick. That's cool, man. I like that. I prefer people like you in my band that kind of just play things their own way because I don't really like copycats. I like certain copycats, but there's some copycatting on the guitar that I want to hear you. I want to hear your interpretation. Kind of like what a lot of guitar players don't do or maybe don't realize. And I'm no authority here, obviously, but a lot of guitar players try to sound like their idols or their heroes or whoever they like, and that's cool. That's fair enough. And some people are really good at imitating that. But I don't know. Like there's a lot of bands that sound like Slayer. They just make me want to listen to Slayer. I hear some bands try to sound like Pantera. I just want to hear Pantera. At that point, we already got that. So I like when a band covers a song and they change it, even if they change it dramatically. Like that's cool. And singers do that all the time. Singers are not afraid of singing a song that's well established in a key that they can do it in. That's normal. It's fine. So I wish guitar players would have that attitude before they're, what's normal, what's the norm, which is like, you got to sound exactly like them. It's like, no, you don't. You don't have to. Yeah, Dime was just a special guitar player. I mean, he really was. When I was first getting into like metal, heavy metal and stuff like that, Pantera was around, of course, but I never really got into Pantera too much. Not until the later years, not until I was already, in my late 20s that I really got an appreciation for Pantera. But I was a late bloomer to Dime. But he's definitely an anomaly. He's one. I try not to cover Pantera, mainly because it's kind of difficult. Not the riffing, but the solos are kind of difficult sometimes. What's that one solo? See, I just embarrassed myself trying to play that. It's a difficult song to play for sure, a difficult solo to play, but it's so good. Like it's so expressive. Like very few people can like sing like Dimebag. He was kind of like Van Halen. Not that I'm a big Van Halen fan, but Van Halen has a very distinct style. It's him. Obviously, tapping and all this stuff has been regurgitated by many guitar players, but Dimebag was very unique as well. Like I put him in that class, like Randy Rhoads, Van Halen, Dimebag. They're all so unique, When it's them, when you hear them and it's them, that's special. Yes, definitely. It has to be played a certain way so that you can capture a certain sound. Hey. Well, I'm glad heavy metal can put you to sleep. You are a special breed. A directional thing, like picking down or up a lot, as far as the way it goes out of tune. Well, the thing is, like, you tighten up a string, the more you hit it, the looser it gets. But I don't understand how it gets tighter. Like, what's making it tighter? If the string goes out of tune, it usually goes out of tune from here to... But when it goes out of tune from here to here, I don't understand how that happens. the physics in my mind does not make sense out of it. No, I get you. I get you. I'm not a big Van Halen fan either. I don't listen to much Van Halen. I appreciate him. I understand his contribution, but Van Halen is too rock and roll for me. I was always a little bit more into metal. Okay, I think I have time for about one more song. I'm almost about to hit that 3-hour mark. So I'm going to go into... what can I do here? See, one of the classics. One of the classic songs here. I already did some Megadeth. Some Megadeth. I can't think of other songs that I've been covering for... What's one of my go-tos? I did some Immortal. Did some Megadeth. What do I have over here? I guess I could do some Death. We'll just do some Death. Ooh, Ozzy. Haven't done Mr. Crowley in a while. But I kind of want to sing it, but I don't have a voice right now. Oh, I can do some King Diamond. I kind of want to sing King Diamond too, but I don't have my voice. Should I attempt some King Diamond? Oh, okay. Yeah. Hey, Janis. Janis, nice to meet you, man. And thanks for hanging out throughout the whole stream. You have some really good questions. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. All right. I'll do that song. I'll end with the death. It's appropriate to end with death, right? In more ways than one. So let's do... Oh, man, these solos. I want to do these solos justice, but I don't really have too much. I'm going to attempt something, and I might embarrass myself with the solo because there's this one little section in the solo that I haven't quite, figured out. But the next Death cover that I'm going to do is Flesh and the Power It Holds. I haven't done that on my channel yet, but I did a live breakdown. If you go to my live section on my channel, you can see I was trying to figure out the solo, and I think I got it, but there's this one little section right here. So I'm gonna butcher that solo up a little bit because I don't really know it, but that is the next song, and I'm not gonna do the whole song. I'm gonna end it right after the solo. So see if I can get away with Flesh and the Power It Holds. Okay. This is my tab. Don't steal it yet. Let me post it first before y'all ultimate guitar and all that stuff. But I'm only gonna play the intro here for the guitar. Or what I should do is I should drum. Let's give me a cue because it starts with the guitar, and I need to have a reference point. So I'm going to mute the guitar. I'm going to bring the drums to the center and the bass to the center. And I'm going to keep the tabs here so you can see them. Bonfire, I will do some King Diamond for you. But let me do this since Yanif is leaving. Let me do this for him. And then I'll do some King Diamond anyway. Let me just check the levels. I may sing it like Immortal. The song is kind of, nah, maybe I shouldn't sing it. Let me just play it. Okay. Not bad. The solo's still, kind of iffy. But it's a work in progress. This is the next song. Just gotta keep practicing it, and hopefully I'll have it out by Halloween. So that's the plan, anyways. Okay, I'll do a King Diamond song before I end the stream. Oh, cool. All right. Yeah, no problem. No problem, Bonfire. I'm using Guitar Pro. The latest version of Guitar Pro 8. Yeah, no problem. Have a good night, I think, or a good something. Have a good one. Catch you on the next one. So let's do some King Diamond. Yes. Lady Campion can put King Diamond to shame, which is very difficult to do. I wish I could sing some King Diamond right now too, but I really don't have a voice. I feel like I'm doing King Diamond a disservice if I do it wrong, but I also feel like I'm doing King Diamond a disservice if I don't sing King Diamond song while I play the song, but oh well. Oh well. Let me find what I'm looking for. Whoa, am I getting dizzy? Is that happening to me? Okay, King Diamond, where are you? Where is the King Diamond? I might need another guitar to play King Diamond. Think about it. I'm looking for it, and I'm kind of just all over the place here, lost. There it is. Okay. King Diamond, Arrival. If I play it on this guitar, I'm going to have to play it in D. But, oh man, I really want to play some King Diamond the way it should be.
Through the summer rain of 1845. The coach had finally arrived.
Okay, I think I can actually sing it though. Let me attempt it. Fuck it. I gotta switch guitars. I'll be right back. Alrighty, I really hope I'm not out of tune, because I can't easily tune this guitar. I'm a little out of tune, oh well. I don't want to do it wrong, so let me just practice it a little bit before I attempt it. Where am I? And then it's my goal to pass out. I'm gonna pass out, so. Lady Campion, you have my number, I think. So if I pass out, just Call me a bunch of times, try to wake me up. Hey, what's up, RTTTM2J? Oh, no problem. I'm not really a nice guy. I'm only pretending to be nice. Yeah, okay, so cover your ears. This is going to be loud. This is going to be a loud one. Okay, let's see if I can do it justice. If I mess up, I'm going to do it again. Because I want to do it justice. So just hang in there. All right. Here we go. I just realized I might be too loud to even hear myself, so let me do something. All right, let's see what happens here.
that was a decent attempt. Kind of screwed up that solo over here. Dang it. You know, Andy has incredible solos for sure. But I find that Michael Denner's solos are a little bit more difficult, and not technically more difficult, but it's phrasing. Let me just try it again before I read the chat right quick. There it is. Okay, let me try it again. All right, I just had to do it justice. Yes, this was Arrival by King Diamond. This is what is it? The second album called Abigail. About the bends, the Benzy bends. All right, yes, enjoy your blood pressure tablet. Is that something you can enjoy? But anyways, that was pretty difficult. Requires more practice, but this tab seems to be pretty accurate. This isn't my tab. I made a few corrections for me. But anyways, I think that's about as much power as I have right now to give. Thank all of you for coming in and hanging out for a little while. Yanishif, Many Vibes, Lady Campion, and Camelia was here. Mr. Thrash 3D, nice to meet you. Please come back. I'll catch you on the next one. Bonfire 75. Thank you for sharing me out. Thank you for giving me a new subscriber. Metal Spawn. Appreciate you hanging out. I hope I scared you a little bit. That's my goal. It's always my goal to scare as many people as I possibly can. In a good way. RTTM2J. Thanks for dropping by and saying what's up. KSD Mofo. Appreciate you. Oh, you can always catch the replay. Not a problem. I'll be back sooner than later, I think. Yeah, Arrival is the opposite of the Death Song, for sure. King Diamond is very lively, you know. Oh, thank you. Yeah, for those of you who are new to my channel, go to my channel, look at the first video on my videos list. There's a song there called My Alien Brain. In fact, I'll close with that. I'll play My Alien Brain. I gotta figure out how to do that. How do I share stuff like that? You see, if I go here, My Alien Brain. My original, my latest original, you can find it anywhere. Spotify, Bandcamp, if you want to support me there. Give me a couple of bucks. Bandcamp, it's yours. You can get the song at its highest quality. Let me see. Yeah, I'll end with my song. Let me just figure out how to share this. It shouldn't be that difficult, but I have so much crap here. Let me see. One moment. One moment, one moment. Where is it? Okay, not the chat. There it is. There it is. Okay, and then... Okay, so I go here, and then the Brave. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I gotta remove that. And then I can't see it. Where is it? Can't even move it up here. It shouldn't be that difficult. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Come on, man. Why is this so hard? Okay, I gotta share. Where are you? My alien brain is going to be shared. There you are. Okay, sorry. Whoops. Okay, Brave. It still doesn't show. I wonder why. I wonder why it doesn't show. I had this problem last time. Let me try one more thing. See, I don't even see it. How come I can't share it? That's weird. You trying to help me out? Yeah, I can share the link, but I kind of just wanted to, play it, show it. Is it going to work now? Let me try it again. I don't know why it doesn't work. It's weird. Like, I can't even see it on OBS where I can, edit and shrink it and make it bigger and all that stuff. Okay, let's try this. Oh, wait, there's something. There it is. Sorry, that was way more complicated than it needed to be. But anyways, we are home. Okay. Let me... There it is. Cool. All right. Something like that. This is my alien brain. Thank you for coming by, checking it out, checking out the stream, and I'll catch you on the next one.